Okay, yeah, no problem. So sign here. Yep, sign there and sign there. There we go. Is that all okay? Fantastic. So is that it now? It's all mine. Wonderful. Well, thank you very much for your help, and I'm sure I'll catch you around again soon. Good morning, everyone. I'm out. I am out. 7 months. I've been in prison. Um, yeah, not a very good time, to be honest. It's not been particularly brilliant. Um, so I got arrested, as you've probably seen, embarrassingly, on the day of my nan's funeral, with pretty much the whole village there looking over and watching and being nosy, which was pretty embarrassing. Um, and I got arrested. It was all linked to the identity theft thing, to be honest, which just adds to the frustration. So obviously someone took out £250,000 in my name. I knew it wasn't me. I knew I wasn't guilty, and unfortunately, me leaving the country and going to Poland because I knew I wasn't guilty probably made me look more guilty. So nothing got proved in the meantime. The people supposedly who kind of did it were never found, and it all came back to me really. So they obviously tracked my passport, which it's the first time I'd used it for 6 or 7 months. So they tracked my passport, and they also must have known it was a family member's funeral. So that explains the kind of heavy police presence on our way in. Because I've just driven in now in the back of a taxi, and I didn't see a single police car. So they must have been waiting for me. And yeah, they got what they wanted in the end. I wish they could have done it a little bit quieter, but hey. But we are here. So what's happened in the meantime? Well, I thought that was it for me. So our land back in Wasness, I had to make a decision. I didn't know if I was ever going to be coming out for the next 5 years. So yeah, I managed to get in contact with the next door neighbour. Now, we didn't get off on the best of starts. I did accidentally nearly run him over due to that faulty car, or faulty van. But in the end, I got hold of him. Now, I knew he wanted that land, and that's why he was a bit frustrated with us, because he wanted to extend his property and build another house. He'd been trying to get that piece of land for such a long time, and then we came out of nowhere and bought it up, and started to hopefully try and create a farm there. So he was willing to buy it. Now, obviously, I didn't tell him how much I paid for it. We got it for a bit of a bargain, 10 grand from that friend of mine. Actually, I sold it for £25,000 to him. So we made a bit of profit there, which was fantastic. Now, I didn't really have anything else to sell with it, other than our van. I haven't sold that, by the way. It's still over there, and it is being stored. Now, I've again managed to get in contact with the lady who we used to work for, and she's offered to keep it for us temporarily. I do need to get in contact with her and let her know actually that I have now been released. So that's another long story. Let's explain that a minute while we're here. So 12 months had gone by. These people that had committed the crime, 250,000 against me and my own personal details, did it again. This time they got a little bit greedier and went to 350,000, and they did it to a lady, I think somewhere around Manchester area. She obviously had better connections and more money than I did, so that wasn't the end of it for them. In fact, that was a mistake for them. They probably picked the wrong person. So she did not let it go, and she managed to really push the case and get the evidence dug in. So they got found. They got found out this time round, and fortunately for me, there was so much evidence to prove that they were the people that did the same thing to me. So I've been released. An apology probably isn't really good enough, to be honest with you. I spent 7 months of my life in a prison. Wasn't a bad prison, to be honest with you. I guess it was 7 months of not having to pay rent or bills, but 7 months is a long time, and I've made some real life changing decisions there. I've sold our new life which we've been working on in Poland, and kind of left myself without any kind of future plans. Yeah, not very good at all. I don't know whether or not I'm entitled to any compensation or anything. That's potentially something I need to look into, you know. But we've been given a bit of a lifeline. Now, we did inherit my nan and granddad's farm, which is fantastic. And I think I briefly showed you guys before that fateful night when I got arrested, but we didn't have a proper tour. So we're going to head back there. Now, it is quite a drive away though. So, on the way in a taxi, I noticed that used car dealership which I seen the first time we were here. So, that seems a much closer walk. So, we're just going to slowly make our way over to there now and see if we can pick up something cheap. So, yeah, as it stands, we've got about £25,000. It isn't an account, however, we do have a card now, so we're back in the modern days, the modern technology now, unlike we were in Poland. Now, I have been advised in the meantime, which I don't quite know how bad it is, but there was in January, so the month after the funeral, the month after my gran had gone, the property and the kind of yard area was vandalised. And I believe there was some arson involved. Now, it can't be that bad because no one's kind of got in contact with me and let me know. However, I guess until I just signed those documents, how did anyone know who the actual owner was? So hopefully it's not too bad anyway. I got a lot of memories in that house, and it's ideal really that we can just kind of move into a pre-built house ready to go and start rebuilding our life in somewhere that's a little bit more familiar. Okay, we must be nearly there now. I think we must be. Just having to walk along the roadside. It's always taught when I was younger to make sure you walk towards the traffic. So we'll do that. I'll just move in here out of the way. And yeah, I believe that is the place there. Thank you. Okay, good little selection of cars there, I think. So we don't want to spend too much money. We don't know what kind of state the property is going to be, and we don't know what we're going to have to spend, to be honest, just to kind of start off from scratch. So you really need to save as much money as possible. So let's have a bit of a look around. I'm just going to pop my head in the door and just let them know I'm looking for a car. Alright, so let's go. Let's have a bit of a browse. We're in a moped, cheap to run. I'm not so keen on towing trailers and things with a moped though. These are far too expensive. We cannot afford that. A van would be really handy. Looks like it's got flat tire there though. Too expensive. I don't want to be spending nearly £12,000 on a van. It's just far too much money. See, that's a little bit cheaper, but not overly practical. Maybe they're not going to have anything here that we're going to be able to use. My granddad would have liked that. Definitely would have liked that. What about this beat up thing? See, that's more like it. That's what we need. And that, the state of it, to me, says cheap. A bit like that old van. So, I like that. I wonder if I can go get the keys off him and have a look at it. Right, I've got the keys. He wasn't too keen. This isn't something that's for sale. In fact, he said it is. But it has been part there a good 11, 12 months, he said. But it is his own vehicle. It's not for sale. He's never put a price on it. He will have to have a look and see roughly how much it's worth if he does actually want to sell it. He wasn't too sure, but he did give me the keys. He told us to have a look. Now, he did say it's not the best in the world. and the driver's side door is actually jammed. So don't try and get in there. You have to get in through the passenger side. So let's go around and just have a little look. Just climb over a moment. Okay, well, not too bad. A little bit dirty in here, but it isn't bad. It's about the same as our van. I think these are around sort of 1970-ish, something like that. So it's not really much newer than what a van was anyway, to be honest with you. It's got a radio. What more do you need? Just going to pop out and have a look in that boot there a minute. Oh, I mean, that's not even a bad boot. We could probably get a few bits in there. Not too bad at all. Did it have a toe in it? I didn't actually look. Oh, it does as well. I mean, that I like that. I do like that, definitely. It's old, it's beaten up, it's high mileage, but it's ideal. That's what we want. Right, let's just close up that boot a minute and we'll put back and have a chat with them.
You can have it, but it's cash only for you.
Yeah, no problem. I've got cash here anyway. Your sign says there you do finance. How come it's cash only?
Well, I know who you are. I've seen you at that funeral. I've not been involved with any of your scams.
Well, I mean, I've been proven not guilty on that, by the way. That was all a mistake.
Well, I'm not so certain about that, so cash only at £2,500.
2.5 grand. Let's just have another look a minute. I mean, you got 25 grand, but you never know what's around the corner. I paid 800 quid for the van back in Poland. 2.5 grand. I mean, we need something, especially when the next best thing is 12. Right, let's do it. Let's just get some fuel included with it at least. Yeah, okay, no worries. We'll do 2.5 grand, but has it got a full tank of fuel?
I'm not too sure, to be honest with you, but you go and have a look. I mean, normally in my own vehicles, I do tend to keep them quite full. So, yes, it's probably got near a full tank.
Okay. Well, let's do it. Let's do it. 2.5 grand.
Yep, no problem. No warranty. I don't want to see you or that van come back to me again. That's it now.
Okay, that's a bit harsh, but no worries, no problem. I'm sure you change your mind though if I got more money to spend. Wow. Okay. At least we have a vehicle. At least we have a vehicle. I've just handed over 2.5 grand and I didn't even check that it starts. It's a bit of a pain that I've got to climb over every time as well, but we'll get used to it. See if we can get it fixed at some point. Right, let's just hop on in. Give it a start. Good. That wasn't too bad at all. Right, let's go. I'm not liking these mirrors though. That doesn't make for an easy drive. And it does need. I don't know what it is with me and driving vehicles that need a clean because this is filthy. It's a bit better than the van, but I can barely see out of this either. Right, let's make our way. Oh, nice telehandler there driving along. Right, are we clear? Yep. Right, let's go. So, when we were here for the funeral, I actually drove the wrong way to the farm, so we drove back the correct way, so we know roughly where to go now. So we've just driven all the way through this town, not a single police car, so it does make me feel like they were certainly waiting for us. But there we go. It is what it is, isn't it? I am going to have to look into compensation, I think. I wonder if there's a solicitor's office around here somewhere, but certainly something to consider in the future. You know, compensating someone's time and livelihood that they've had to change. So we'll have to look into that. Now, we'll keep going. I just hope that this kind of vandalism isn't too bad at my Nan and Grand's place. It would be great, although we've lost where we were in Poland, at least we've kind of inherited a house, a nice kind of clean farmhouse, a little bit of a shed, potentially even an old tractor there if I remember. I think it was a Massey Ferguson. I don't know if we'll be able to fix that up. So hopefully they haven't done a lot of damage and the vandals haven't ruined too much. I kind of need a break. Anyway, is this the place? Yeah, so it was turn here. Okay, I think we're coming up alongside now. It's on the right hand side there somewhere. Now I didn't show it, I didn't really stop, but there is another entrance at the bottom of the land. We used to call it the woods, down in the woods. There is another entrance. So maybe we can just pop in there. Oh, hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. I believe that is the entrance. Right, let me just jump out. I better not park too close because I've got to get out of that side. Sorry, bud. Okay. Oh, come on. Really? I didn't even notice if this was here the other day. I didn't really look. It's like someone's refitted their kitchen and dumped it all at the bottom. She's only been gone 6 months. Wow. We're not going up this way, that's for sure. I don't even think I can open the gate. Let's just jump back over a minute. Well, that's one of our first jobs. Brilliant. I just need a break. This is just ridiculous. Let's turn up here. Does look a bit all overgrown. It's kind of like how I remember it, but I do remember that woods area. Okay. Oh. Are you kidding me? No. Oh, come on. Come on. What am I going to do? I just cannot get a break. Just cannot get a break. This is ridiculous. So what I've inherited then was really, really lovely, and then someone has decided to destroy it. Why would they do that? Surely the police were involved in this, aren't they? This is just not right. It's just not right. Well, let's just have a little look around and see if there's any more. So this Massey, I remember that from last time. Doesn't look too badly done. It is a little bit burnt there at the back, so I don't know if we can do anything with that. What's this in here? I do hope this is not my granddad's old Zeta, because he really loved that Zeta. I don't think it is though. I'm sure that was a bit more square, and I think he had a cab on it. I don't know what that is. I mean, it looks like he just collected some old tractors that didn't really work. I mean, hopefully not. I don't know. I really don't know. This is bad. This is bad. It doesn't even feel safe. I don't think I'm going to get this rebuilt. It's completely destroyed. We'll just have a look down in the woods area a minute. This is the area I was talking about. It does look pretty overgrown. What's down here? Oh, these are the fields. I'm pretty sure if I remember correctly, there's 2 fields. One there, and then there's one up there, I think. I do remember them having tractors and various things on this farm whenever we came to visit, so they used to do things in that field. And let's head on down here. Look, the gate's open. That's not a good sign. Right, this is really overgrown. This is really overgrown. Okay, so that's just our roadway there. What's up here? Just a field. Very overgrown grass field, by the look of it. But hey, grass could be a good way to start making a little bit of money. Although, I don't think we're going to be making money here for a while. I think we're going to spend the next few months just tidying the damn place up. What else is down here? I don't really remember all of this, if I'm honest. I seem to remember them having sheep at some point. Okay. Some fallen trees here. This place, this just needs so much work. It needs so much work. Honestly. And what is this here? Must be just some old shed or something. I wonder if that's where they used to keep sheep, actually. Maybe, I'm just thinking. That might have been where they had sheep. That may well have been. Oh yeah, there is like a trough over there, actually. Okay, I wonder if we can get around there. If we can climb under these trees. I can't undo that latch though. It's obviously not been open for a little while. It's coming back to me. I'm pretty sure that's where they used to keep their sheep. I think it is anyway. Now let's head back through here. This is just so much work. We don't need to worry about getting a job for a minute or two. We're going to have to make this money last us. Because we are not going to be earning any money. We're just going to be spending it. Right, let's have a little look down here. So this comes out at the other end, where someone had fly tipped all of their what looked like an old kitchen or something. So yeah, this is another job. This is a big old list already. We've only just got here. We're gonna have to get rid of all of that, all of it. Thanks very much. I don't think that's urgent though, to be honest, although it doesn't look very nice for the kind of neighbours and people driving past, but I don't see how we're going to need that gate for a little while. Doesn't even look like we're going to be able to drive through here. Now, what was down here? I noticed that there was something down here. Oh, it just looks like another field by the look of it. Yeah, just another field. Overgrown at that. Overgrown at that. How close are we to the road? Ah, the road is right through there. Okay. Wow. Welcome to my nan and granddad's farm, I guess. Or, welcome to our farm. Because this is now mine. I don't know if I want it. It needs a lot of work. Right, anyway. Enough mucking around and having a look at old time stuff. Where on earth am I going to sleep? Where am I going to sleep? Is there anywhere in here that's sheltered? Is there still a room? Is there anything? Oh no. Absolutely nothing. Right, Wow. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? I'm going to... he wasn't the nicest chap in the world, but I'm going to have to pop back to that guy, the salesman that's just sold us that car, and just see whether or not he knows of anywhere I can stay. I mean, he's basically the only person I've spoken to, other than the one when I was signing all the documents, but I was queued up in there for a little while. I don't want to be doing that again. I mean, what are we going to do? Maybe we should have bought a van like we did last time in Poland. Maybe we're going to have to go back into a tent. I thought I'd moved away from that. I thought I went up in the world, but maybe we're going to have to get a tent again. Right, let's just hop in on the wrong side again. Start up the engine. It starts pretty good actually, this thing. It's pretty good. I'm going to have to see about getting some proper wing mirrors on this though, because I can't see a thing. Right, let's just see if we can reverse back out of here. Brilliant. Seems quite a quiet road at least, that's something.